All right, what's going on, everybody? This is just someone six pack here again, and today, got to talk to you guys about the surprising upset between the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. This was a shocker. No one, and I mean absolutely nobody, expected the Tennessee Titans to really just completely dominate the Baltimore Ravens. Not just beat them, just completely dominate them, and that's exactly what they did. Um, the Ravens, they couldn't execute. The Ravens failed to really execute a lot on their plays. The Titans took advantage of the opportunities that the offense gave them, set the Titans up in great field position. They just capitalized. I mean, that was pretty much the difference, is that the Titans pretty much capitalized and executed on the offensive side of the ball, while if you look at the Ravens, they just didn't. I mean, whether if it was completely just missed throws, whether if it was drop passes, they just failed. But that was just a part. I mean, another huge issue was the fact that the Ravens got absolutely destroyed up front. The Titans they were just impressive. I mean, Jarrell Casey was a huge reason why in that front line that they were able to really stone the Ravens. But right, that first half, Lamar Jackson, he got his yards on the ground, but as far as trying to establish and just completely dominate the run game, which is the Ravens' identity, the Titans did a phenomenal job for the majority of the game of just trying to not really just trying to set the Ravens offense up to, run the ball here, getting some chunks here, then throwing it, getting those short intermediate throws in their game plan. I mean, the Ravens, they just love to chew you apart, right? It's death by a thousand cuts to the Baltimore Ravens. That's their offensive philosophy, right? And the Titans just wouldn't allow it, right? They really wouldn't allow Lamar Jackson when he was doing his read options and when he tried to get the ball. They did a good job containing him and just staying disciplined for the most part. Again, they did a good job holding up the line so that when he does, he decides to try to go out to the outside, the Titans linebackers were there. I mean, the linebackers, they got spirit, they got speed, whether if it's Woodyard, whether if it's Rashawn Evans, built by Bama, by the way. These guys did a phenomenal job in that department. Um, Titans secondary, man, deserves a lot of credit. Logan Ryan, Kevin Byard. Um, I mean, these guys did an absolute phenomenal job. I don't think Adoree Jackson played. I mean, you guys can correct me in the comments section, but I don't think he played in this game, or at least I didn't hear a lot of his name being called. So the fact that the Titans are missing one of their best secondary players, or if he did play again, I didn't really see his name a lot. But if he was out, I mean, it's very impressive that the Titans did their job with, again, Byard, Logan Ryan, and just the rest of those guys. Kenny Vaccaro, they did an excellent job on these Ravens receivers, and those two. And again, the Ravens, they run a lot of two tight end sets, and really holding Boyle, Andrews. Um, these guys just did an absolutely phenomenal job on just the entire Ravens offense personnel as a whole. Titans did a great job. But I think the biggest factors was the fact that the Ravens, they were just out of it, right? They failed. They it was execution. They got dominated on front. You just saw lack of concentration, and then you just saw that when the Titans established their identity on the ground game, and when they just kept scoring points, you saw this Ravens team. It just you knew that they were gone, right? You knew that they were gone. Now, to give the Ravens credit, they did come back. They did fight back, but at the end of the day, the Titans were just too strong. Titans were just the better team. Simple put as that. They were just the better team. And again, that's the beauty of the playoffs. It doesn't matter what your record is. At the end of the day, I mean, you lose, you go home. You win, you move on. I mean, so the Ravens are going home, and I know this is a very, very disappointing season. I know I've been covering the Ravens a lot this year. They were very, very fun to watch. Lamar Jackson's a very fun and entertaining player. I am a Lamar Jackson supporter, but the Titans were just the better team, and they clearly proved it. They showed the blueprint of not really how to really completely stop him, but to really contain him and to force him to making a bunch of big mistakes. I think the Ravens, they're a lot more. They got. Do they get exposed? I would say that they're a lot more susceptible now, or they have a lot more problems than what we can give them credit for. I do believe that they need more help at the receiving position. I do believe that they can give some more offensive line help at the offensive line help. We just saw some things, right? Right, Willie Snead and Hollywood Brown they're not gonna win you championships, right? Maybe you need more, right? The Titans have one of the best secondaries in the NFL. I mean, we all knew this coming into this game, and it definitely played a factor here. Marquise Brown had a great game. I mean, he had 100 yards receiving, but as far as a player that I don't think that the Titans really felt threatened, in my opinion, by Marquise Brown. They were more concerned about stopping the short intermediate throws and really stopping that ground game compared to Lamar Jackson throwing it deep or hitting those deep routes. They were more concerned about stopping that part of their offense instead of the other way around. And sometimes when you don't have that receiver that can take a top that can take the top off your defense on a consistent type, in a consistent basis, especially in these playoffs, it can cost you. And I definitely think it didn't play a huge factor, but I definitely felt like it did play a little bit of a small role into why the Titans won this game. The biggest credit's got to go to the Titans' offensive line. Ryan Tannehill did not have the greatest of days, right? He only completed 7 passes, but two of those were touchdowns, and the Titans receivers made plays on both those touchdown catches. But the offensive line deserves a lot of credit. They completely dominated the Ravens' front line. And this was the biggest reason why I thought the Ravens would win this game, was because I thought that the defensive line and the front seven, they would set the tone up here and stop Derrick Henry. Not only did that not happen, but Derrick Henry just did whatever the hell he wanted to do. I mean, you're talking about a dude that almost had 200 yards. Again, another player built by Bama. 30 carries, 195 yards, 6.5 yards a carry. I mean, the Titans' offensive line set the tone. They completely dominated this defensive line. Now, I think that the Titans, they can be stopped. If you stop Derrick Henry, you beat the Titans. You stop him, you win. Simple as that. But I don't know. I mean, Kansas City's defense is, whether if it's Kansas City or Houston. I mean, I think that they're both teams, in my opinion, are not better than the Ravens defense, or I don't think that they have the personnel like the Ravens defense, like the Ravens defense does. I don't know, man. I mean, Chris Jones is a dog, J.J. Watt's a dog, but I don't know, man. That Titans offensive line did one hell of a job, man. Just setting the pace, controlling the pace. They just did whatever the hell they wanted to do with that Ravens front. So that was the most impressive part about it. Again, Derrick Henry just ran all over people. He made Earl Thomas into a meme. I know Earl Thomas was talking some smack, but he made Earl Thomas into a meme today. I did not expect this type of beatdown. I did not expect this type of beatdown to happen tonight, especially in the city of Baltimore. I just don't. I really don't. So, I'm a little speechless. So sorry if I'm just all over the place, but this overall wise, man, this was just a great win for the Tennessee Titans fans, for their community. This was a great win for Mike Vrabel. A great job by Ryan Tannehill and this again the front line of the Ravens, the secondary. I mean, just everything. This was just a great win for the Tennessee Titans, a wild card team that is quickly turning into a Cinderella type of story. Could they go to the Super Bowl? It's possible, very possible now for the Tennessee Titans to reach that goal. Now again, they're going on the road, but if Kansas City wins, they already beat them. If Houston wins, Houston has a little. Houston. They beat them the first time when they had Deshaun Watson, but I mean, trust me, it's a rivalry game and it's possible. So, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow between Kansas City and Houston. But it's going to be very interesting to see if Tennessee can ride that wave and hope, and maybe they can get to that Super Bowl appearance and maybe play against the 49ers or either the Packers or the Seahawks. So. Gonna be very interesting. I will tell you this. These playoffs have been very, very interesting. But overall wise, just one more time, guys. Just congratulations to the Tennessee Titans. Congratulations to their fan base. Baltimore Ravens fans, you guys, I mean, it sucks. Very, very disappointing season. But you guys have had a wonderful season. Lamar Jackson, I still would give him the MVP based on what he's done in the regular season. And I think that the Ravens, this organization, they have a lot to look forward to during the offseason and definitely during the season, because I think the Ravens will be right back to where they were as far as just establishing dominance. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's all I got for you guys for today. If you guys liked the video, I would appreciate it if you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notification bells. Really helps out the channel a lot. Also, share the video. Again, helps out the channel. Really just would appreciate if you guys did that. But you don't have to, but I'm just saying. But overall wise, that's all I got for you guys today. This is Gen 716. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Have a good night.